This video is frontline sniping positions, but we're going to go through them real fast, so it shouldn't take long. So this is sniping on objective 2. Right over here, there's a hull down position where you can hit objective 2. You can see another view. Over here, I'm on the defending team, and I got behind the attackers, and you can also hit the attackers as they're leaving A headed towards D. This is a position, we were here for a long time, for like 2 minutes, and we really held them off. My allies came and we lined up over here. They had a lot of difficulty advancing through here. Now this is a position where when the enemy caps E, this is your first chance to take shots at them. And what you're going to do is you're going to hit them over here, and then you're going to reposition to another location as they move to the repair facility, and then you're going to reposition into the rails as they try to cross the bridge, and then you're going to reposition where I'm pointing on the mini-map when they finally go across the bridge. We're going to see that later. So objective number 5, I've been testing positions sitting right next to the objective. You can see through the gap as they're coming through here, plus you can shoot at the guys that are over here. That's a view of what it looks like through that gap there. Now over here, my first sniping position video, I have a fallback position, which is over here. The enemy is, they capped A, they're going to the repair facility. But then I said, you know, this is actually a pretty good position. Very few tanks are going to come this way. If they do come, you can just roll down this hill. You can see you got shots all over here. But also if you move from here to here, you can hit this tank like this 53 TP. Look at where he is coming down that hill. So this is actually a very good sniping position. This is just a tree that you can knock down as the enemy's advancing, and if you get in trouble, you can roll down here, and then you go under the bridge to escape or in some other direction. This is one of the most powerful positions in the game. I've been playing it a lot this week. I'm having a lot of successful games. So basically, if you sit on this bridge, you can hit everybody that's coming up over here, and you can watch over here where this T-54 is. So you're watching two different flanks. And not only that, you're on the bridge on the mini-map over here. If you position yourself right, you can monitor both of the bridges going into town. We're going to show you more on that later. So here's a view from the soccer field. It's a hull down position. You can hit these tanks as they're coming up. Here's another hull down position along over here. I've been playing, I think, along this ridge. You'll see it in a future video. This is, you know, the first sniping position I ever learned in Frontline. Probably going to be the first one you're going to learn. This is just to show you that from the bottom you can hit objective number 3, and from this position you can hit objective number 2. So if he kills objective 3, he only has to drive up a short distance and he can start firing across at objective 2. I've never actually fired from there, but I've seen other people do it. So here's a shot from the bridge. You can see the circle. You can do a little bit of spotting. If you pivot a little bit, I hit the LT-432. He's on the mini-map over here. He was going after my Emil, so it just shows how you can defend two different flanks. This is the view from where the Emil is. This Emil over here. So he can hit if the enemy's trying to come to F, or he can hit the attackers or the defenders. You do have to reposition a little bit. If you get to where this marshy area is, you can spot them. If you're kind of like over here somewhere, you can snipe at them. If you go a little bit further north, you can hit the defenders. This is a shot of the bridge where you can see what it looks like over here and over here. This is a shot that shows this position. I use this often for the tanks that are advancing, but once they get to be at the bridge area, you really got to watch out because you could easily get spotted. You have to be able to retreat. This is another view of that position, and this is another view of that position. So if you're behind these bushes, okay, once they get to the bridge, you're still safe, but if they start coming around over here, that's when you're going to be in trouble of being spotted. This is what I did was I positioned my UDAS so that that tank was at the edge of my spotting range, which means that if he gets to that position, he won't be able to spot me, and I'll be able to snipe at him. What I did here is I'm on the attacking team. I went around the outside, came to the back over here, and I'm sniping at this tank from behind. I brought that Oho down to 7 hit points, and I'm bringing down the Emil. So check that out. That was a fun game. I've done it more than once. This is the same thing, but the rest of my team also came with me on this one. This is going to be a little bit split, but from here, you can watch the tanks after they cross the bridge through this road and they start to go up that hill. Plus, you can watch this bridge over here. Plus, you can watch any tank that makes it to that repair facility. This is on the east side. You know, there's this little slope. They think that they're safe. Look at where he is on the minimap. But what I did was I climbed up this hill. I've been doing it more often. It definitely works. You can hit those tanks down there. Now, here's that view from here that shows that you can watch who's coming up the bridge towards number 4. You've got an object over here. I've been reviewing this, and I think the best position is over in this area where you can go over here to this corner and watch what's over here, and go over here and you can watch what's this guy over here. So I think that's the position. Or I thought behind this building, but I haven't tried them yet. This is if you're at, I'm sniping at a guy at objective 4. The repair facility is right behind me, lots of trees. I pivoted and moved a little bit, and I can hit that tank. I hit that Progetto for 108. They're coming up a very popular route that enemy tanks like to head up when they're on their way to objective 4. This is where I'm waiting for the team to advance. I'm going to shoot at them and then reverse, shoot at them and then reverse, shoot at them and reverse. With a tank like an Udis, you usually only get one shot, but they got to come over that hill. We're going to see more on this later. This is obviously knocking the tree down. Over here, this FV4202, he was over here where the Emil was and the LT432, and I told him, you know, the enemy's advancing. I put in chat. What I did was I clicked on his location, I clicked over here, and he advanced to this position. He's probably spotting that. I know that the spotting range, you got to be around this marsh area, and he was sniping at that guy. This is an underused position. For B, you run down the side over here, you come over here, you hit all those slow tanks on their way to battle. If the enemy does anything, first of all, you could go up here and you can spot the SPG. You got the repair facility. Kind of easy to run. You will get spotted over here at some point. This is, I saw a tank sitting over here, and I noticed that from this position you can shoot through this little gap over here at objective 4, but I can't penetrate it with my rounds. That's what it looks like. It's really hard to find this position. So you got to remember, look for this structure and these walls of things, because it's really difficult to line it up through that little gap. If you don't do it perfectly, you won't be able to hit it. This is bushes that I've showed you earlier. Like you can see from that circle, you can hit where that Emil was and the LT-4032, and you can hit the tanks coming up. However, if the enemy goes past the bridge, you will get spotted. With an Udis, you're going to be in real trouble. This is the bridge. I did kill the low. I didn't get a side view, but you can see it's a really good position for an Udis-style tank. This is the view from objective 5 after I died. So it just shows you that there's a big gap and a lot of trees. If you sit right at objective 5, you can hit tanks as they cross over. And in general, if they get to here and you hit them, a lot of tanks are going to reverse, which means you get to hit them again later. That's another view. Basically, you sit behind objective 5 and you go this way to shoot at those tanks and around this side to shoot at the tanks that show up over here. It's a good position. You can also sit over here where this rock is. There's some bushes and a rock over here. I haven't played here yet, but other people have. And you can see the view of what it looks like. Tanks will line up next to this house to shoot at the objective. Here's just another view of the same thing. You can see that there's a Yag Tiger over here. I don't know what his range is, but you might want to check it out. There's another view of the Yag Tiger. Now, I was telling you that there was that position where you could see across the bridges, and you can hit where the ammo was, and you can hit those tanks coming north into F. This is a very flexible position. You have to really keep an eye on what's going on. It's due south of the soccer field. Try this position. I'm having excellent games playing over here. You can spot the first bridge, snipe at the second bridge. This is that position that can view across the bridge, can view over here. There's a bunch of bushes, a rock, and a tree. This is what it looks like, and you can snipe to defend your allies or hit enemy tanks over there. So if the enemy is capping E and F and you're defending, this is where you want to park. If you're assaulting, a little bit more, I think just a little bit to the right. We're going to show that in a future video. This is a Progetto spotted me when I was in this position. I was having a great game over here. This is just showing that, you remember where the ML and the LT-432 is? This is the gap where they cap B. One tank might pass through here. You can shoot at E, but notice the yellow circle. You just got to turn around. This is where the bridge is. So a lot of the tanks are going to be beyond your range. You got to move like 50 meters to extend this circle out to that bridge. Short distance. So this is a very flexible position. Whether you're attacking or defending, this is a great position. This is a view from the bridge. Notice I'm at that bridge, and I'm on the attacking team this time. The other one was from the defending team. And notice that I can snipe at the defenders. Look at where they are on that slope. Although the position I've been playing is more near this hill over here, but you will get spotted. That's the view when I zoomed in. These tanks were up here shooting at my allies. Because I was hitting them, they had to roll down the hill. This is me shooting at objective 5. There's another position that's better. I saw a Scorpion G. You can see he's over here. I thought maybe he could snipe into Cap E from this position. However, I believe it is out of the range. I believe you have to be more just near the water in order to hit Cap E. I don't know if you can do it from here or not. Oh, you know what? It looks like you can. I don't think this is a hill. I bet you if you sit over here, you can shoot through these houses at Cap E. Something I got to check out later. This is what I was just telling you a few moments ago is the better position. You can snipe objective 5. We're going to see a tank doing it. That's what it looks like. This is a position where if you're dominating on C, the enemy tanks that come up here, you just go hit them in reverse, and they can't do anything. Unfortunately, if you come over here, eventually someone's going to come looking for you. They'll come around over here and they'll shoot you in the back. If you kill somebody trying to get to C, he'll respawn and he'll come over here and shoot you in the back. Had it happen to me like twice. But you know, if you want to just try something different, you can see here some examples. You might want to give it a shot, see what it's like. Not a very strategic position. Now remember, I was telling you, play the position, hit him once, fall back, hit him again, fall back, hit him again. This was an attempt at doing that. But if they have a fast light tank that comes through here, it's very difficult, very risky. This is along that line near objective 5. The Yag Tiger was to the left. To see the yellow circle, if it could hit over here, notice that this rail building, if they come on my side of the rail building, I can shoot them through here. This mound is over here on the mini map, so if they pass from here to here, I can only see them for perhaps a split second. It's not a super powerful position, but a lot of tanks do like to set up over here at the corner of this rail, tank destroyers with no turret like mine. But from here, I can also hit where the 50 TP is. Okay, so basically, you remember that position where it was over here and there was a white line and you hit it was a CDC? You reposition up here to the rails. You hit the tanks. I'm going to hit the Somua when he crosses here and when he crosses the bridge. So you snipe, you come up over here to the train, you snipe them at the repair facility. When they start advancing, you reposition perhaps to here, you snipe them as they cross here, and then you reposition again to here, and you hit them as they cross the bridge. Like I said, that Somua, I hit him twice. This is what it looks like at the bridge. We're going to see another view later. This is a position where you can snipe on objective 1 with a high penetration gun like the UDIS. This is near the repair facility, bushes and a bridge. This is a great position. I play along this bridge, either on the other side of the bridge also has bushes. You can shoot through these rails. You can hit tanks like that Carnarvon Action X. All the tanks come over here. You need a high pen gun. And you're right near the repair facility, which I just used, which is why it's shaded like that. And I can do a little bit of a reposition or maybe just pivot, and I can hit tanks that are around objective 4. Very powerful position. You can see I hit the Action X. This is me. I went from here to just south of the repair facility, and now I'm shooting at a tank at objective 4, and I set him on fire. Lots of trees, they won't spot you. That's what it looks like. This is the marsh area where I'm showing that it's within my spotting range. Any tank that comes up here and gets to this bridge, I will be able to spot and shoot at him. And as you know, you spot a tank, you reverse so he's outside the white circle, you shoot at him, and they will never spot you back. You might be able to hit the defenders also from this position. This position. You see, we got 4 allies shooting at objective 4. You can also hit the tanks that tend to line up behind objective 4. You can go up this hill where these trees are, but there's an enemy tank right there. So that's why we're all down here at the bottom. There's actually 5 of us. There's a 5th tank right there. This is just showing 9 tanks capping E. This is just a random position. You can see that they just capped F. There's like 15 tanks coming. I've got shots on them from here. I didn't want to be here. I just hurried to get here because I knew if I went the other way, this is a low pen gun. Won't be able to pen their frontal armor. So I try to hit them at an angle or on the side. You see I got that little green there. So is that an UDIS? I don't know. But that's a position you might want to consider if you got a lower pen gun. There's another view. This J Panther was sniping at objective 5. Look at where he is. I saw him fire his gun and I saw the damage go down. Tanks line up over here. Excuse me, I'm sick. This is a shot on the bridge on the attacking team showing how I can hit the defenders. This is a shot, look at where I am on the minimap, showing how you can watch who's crossing the bridge. They're right at the edge of your spotting range, which means you can spot them or you can reverse if you don't want to spot them. I see a lot of tanks in this area. T-34 is very common. I think it's because it's hull down. Here's an example of an OHO. Unfortunately, I will not penetrate his tank. You see armor not penetrated. That's the view. This is a great position. You can hit tanks over here, hit tanks over here, hit tanks over here. And you can watch anybody that might be coming down this hill, and there's room for more than one tank over here. There's a view of what it looks like when someone's coming down that way. This is a view on the middle position. Notice the enemy tanks has to come down this corridor. He's at my spotting range, so it's another 55 meters behind him. I can snipe at tanks coming down this way when they think they're safe. This is a guy on the leftmost position that I showed, showing that I can hit him and anybody that comes behind him. It's a very good position. This is with my ally next to me. Like I said, there's plenty of room. I spawned right here, drove up this hill. The enemy swarmed objective 2. I had open shots on all of them. None of them fired back at me. I just did damage, 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 damage. This is not such a bad position. If you think they're going to swarm 2, try this position. The only way they can hit 2 that you can't shoot back is if they get behind this tall building, right behind there, they can hit too. Might be another position. If they come out here, you can fire back. Otherwise, they got to get close and you can hit them. Or they'll be right over the right of the hill. I like to play over here because over here, I can hit all the tanks between this area. I can reposition if they come through here. I can reposition if they're over here. So the only place where the enemy is safe is this corridor here, and some of this, we'll get to that later. I play this position. I knock down the trees. There's tons of trees. Watch what's going on, but you got to be careful. If you get spotted, they're going to come after you because it's safe for them to come after you over here. Every time I play over here, if I get spotted, they come after me. Your allies won't be able to help you if you're over here. This is a hull down position. You see there's this truck here. The truck is already damaged, I believe, when the game begins. I haven't tested to see if it's really hull down, but I've been parking here, and I believe they've been having trouble penetrating me because I've been using it. So if you're capping C, look for that position. That's what it looks like. Isn't that great? If the enemy caps B, this is one of the positions that you can take. I think that there's another one, unless they changed it, where you can hit the tanks. It's kind of difficult to hit them, but not impossible. And you see where these red spots are? A lot of tanks are going to show up over here. And you can hit the guys that come over here. That's an example of it. That's what it looks like. Like I said, the tanks show up on that distant ridge. That's an example of what it looks like. This is a great position. Look at where I am. I'm on Cap D, near the flag. There's a gap over here. Both of these two tanks drove through this gap. They think they're safe driving through here, but they're not. And it looks like if they drive through here, you can also hit them, and maybe even further. I don't know. I believe that these two tanks drove through this area. However, I wasn't really ready, and wasn't sure where they were going to go, so I didn't. My shot missed. A lot of people are aware of this position now. This is a secondary position if you don't want to crowd too much, where you can kind of reach that area. Over here, you knock the tree down. You got good penetration. You can damage the tanks that are coming up over here. We're going to see another player use that later in the game. Look at where I am. I spawned. I believe I had to come down a hill. I can hit that tank. Where the little dot is, if I fire and it hits dead center, it hits that tank. You see there's a tank over here, you got clear shots. And I believe that if you reverse, it is easier to hit those tanks. I have to try it. This is sniping objective 2. This was the first screenshot. So I've gone through all of them. This is last month's sniping positions. I hope you enjoyed it. I actually have a great bunch of new positions. Believe it or not, if you thought this was original and unique, I have found more. So keep on watching. Next week, I'm going to be posting another video.